you should be a monster. He said, you should be a monster, you should be ruthlessly ambitious, and then learn how to control it. And it's that old expression, it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. You should be a monster, an absolute monster, and then you should learn how to control it. Life isn't fair. At all. At all. So what are you going to do about it? I knew that no one was coming back to help me. No one was going to miracle me to be somebody special. So, mentality is the only thing that gets us through life. I was an underdog. We are all underdogs in life. Even the baddest person in the world should think that way. So you should always have I've never arrived mentality. And the can't hurt me mentality is no matter where you come from, the sewer or wherever you think you're from. When I got out of the sewer, I got to the road and looked around and said, can't hurt me. Nothing should be able to hurt you. If you believe that, it starts to become true. You're a man. You are a man. Stand up and be a man. Make the hard decisions. Make the sacrifices. Make the unpopular decisions. And become comfortable in your own skin. And if you are not a person that you are comfortable being alone with, that is the one person in this universe that you have full power, full right, and full responsibility to change. This ain't you, bro. This ain't you. You weren't born like this. You're lazy. You know exactly what to do. Exactly what to do. Because even me, in my state of, I can't read and write, I knew exactly what to do. It just sucks doing it. It sucks to do it. Because no matter how much you improve, no matter how much you change who you are, it's not permanent. You'll just wake up and say, oh my God, man, you're David Goggins, you break records, you do this, you do that. People don't know, how are you able to just be so hard? Because I never turned the fucking thing off. Because once it turns off, I go right back to the David Goggins that is. And that's the guy that I'm constantly fighting every day. And it's a choice. And that choice makes you misunderstood. It makes you crazy. It's time to stay focused. It's time to decide, fuck clubs, fuck partying, fuck trying to fit in and socialize. Rub elbows with everybody so people can stop calling you weird. Why are you so antisocial? Because I'm trying to get it. Why are you staying on the basketball court so much? Because I'm trying to get it. Why are you out there practicing in the hot sun when ain't nobody else out there? Because I'm trying to get it. Why are you not clubbing like every time I text you and invite you to go do something fun and cool, you always studying? Because I'm trying to get it. Let me tell you something, homie. These women ain't going nowhere. These clubs, these parties, all this shit ain't going nowhere. The more weird you are is a reflection of how committed you are to focusing on your shit, molding and shaping and developing your ideas and your craft so that when it's time for you to make your rounds, you gon' fly. Be the guy who embraces the ugly, the miserable. Be the guy who embraces hard work, the grind. Don't be afraid of being hurt. Don't be afraid to sacrifice some blood. And I dedicate this fight. I wasn't going to fight. I dedicate this fight to him. I was going to rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and most vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynx is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody that's good. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nathwell. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat your children. Praise be to Allah. There's a moment when every boy realizes no one's coming to save him. And that's when he becomes a man. And some boys never get there and stay children forever. People only root for people who don't need it. Like, the amount of times when I was on my lonely path, where I was too different from the friends that I had, but not successful enough to be friends with the people that I wanted to be friends with. That's when you want people to root for you. That's when you want people to support you. Once you've already won, people are like, he's amazing, he's so good. But like, that's the time when you need it the least. And so you always have to be the person who roots for you before everyone else does. And it's usually a single clap in the auditorium for a very long period of time. It is a slow clap that's just you rooting for you. And that visual, I think, is one that you can kind of take because it is. People struggle to do things alone. And the path of the exceptional person is one of an exception, which means that you are not with other people. And rather than fighting that or bemoaning it, see it as an indicator that you're on the right path. Because if everyone else were cheering you on, then it means you're not in the right place, because it means you're just like everyone else, and that's not where you want to be. When do you become a man? When you get a driver's license? Like, what do we do? You're 16, we give you a driver's license. Okay, well, like, you get a job? Like, when do you become a man? You become a man when you become responsible for other people. And part of that is taking accountability. And so, like, I am very new to this being a man thing, and I'm still not there, and I'm on a path. But I didn't have no, like, I grew up in a culture that told me going to war made you a man. Going to prison, coming back makes you a man. Making $1 million makes you a man, you know, and it doesn't. And you don't know it till you done all these things and realize, damn, I'm still a little fucking boy. I can't catch a break, guys. Yeah, get them the fuck away from me. I can't be around those guys. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't buy it. Because everybody has bad breaks. Yeah, I've had a shit ton of bad breaks. But you know what I did? I stayed up. Yeah, and I thought through it. And I figured out what the fuck I did wrong. And then I went back. It's like, I fucked up everything I've ever done 100 times. There's no other way to do it. And I've had a bunch of shitty breaks. Everybody has. But you got to realize when you have those shitty breaks what that is. It's an opportunity for you to reassess, reboot, get better, figure out another way, find another way through. It's just little challenges. And the people that look at those challenges go, what are we about these challenges? They're cancer. Those people are dangerous to be around. They will rob you of your enthusiasm. They don't give you any fuel. They're the opposite of fuel. Yeah. Damn, come on. What's the matter with you? Tomorrow. You're too smart. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. Oh, wait a minute. Take 10 seconds and get in the damn beast. Just get it, Danny. Come on. There you go. There you go. Energy. Now, there comes a day, man. Everyone's going to have this day. There comes a day where being average, being mediocre is just sickening to you. It's just sickening. It makes you want to throw up because you've seen people with far less talent than you. As you're growing up with them, they were childhood buddies, whatever else. They didn't have what you had. Yet now they're fucking to become something that you hadn't. There comes that day. It's either when you're young, you know, and it strikes you on the baseball field because you're sick of striking out, or it's when you get fired from your 5th job, you know, when your wife and kids are on your ass because they don't know how to support them anymore. There comes a fucking day where push comes a shove, where being mediocre, being like average and shit just fucking burns. It sucks so much. You can't deal with it one more day, and you get off your fucking ass, and you create something that's always been there. It's always been inside you trying to come out, but you've never wanted to unwrap it because there's too much fucking pain and commitment. Give them this message that it's okay to be a man. It's not okay. It's necessary. What the hell are we going to do without men? You look around the city here, you see all these buildings go up, these men, they're doing impossible things. They're under the streets, working on the sewers, they're up on the power lines, in the storms and the rain. They're keeping this impossible infrastructure functioning, this thing that works in a miraculous manner. They work themselves to death, and often literally, and the gratitude for that is sorely lacking, especially among the people who should be most grateful. Be a dangerous man. Now, being dangerous is not being a threat. They're two different things. All right? And it's not about going out and lifting weights and getting a bunch of tattoos and wearing leather jackets and walking around with your chest and shoulders up, hawking around saying, I'm dangerous. That's very rarely is that a dangerous man. Often the most dangerous man in the room is the quietest man in the room. Do you fear anybody? No. No. You're willing to fight me? We can fight. No, come and try me. Hard times create hard men. Hard men create soft times. Soft times create soft men. Soft men create hard times. We are now around soft men and hard times. I'm a big fan of power follows the blame finger. So like wherever you point the blame finger is where the power follows. It says like if you point it to the government has the power. If you point it at your spouse and say like it's their fault that I'm not in shape, it's their fault, they never let me do anything, it's like, well, you're giving them all the power. It says like it's so you're like it's my fault. It's also what if it's not responsibility? What if it's not your fault? It doesn't matter. And like I can't run marathons because I lost my leg at birth. And either you can just never try, or you put the metal thing on, and you do it anyways. There's a saying, when the devil ignores you, then you know you're doing somehow. Wait, no, I'm not done now. You know, the devil goes, oh, don't leave him alone. He's my favorite. Here go Rob ahead. Your friend Barsley. When the devil come back you, maybe because you're trying to do something right. It's easy to do. You know, it's the easiest thing in the world to do. I'm done. I ain't going. You know, I don't keep going. Yeah, how would I go on to work? So they're easy. It's very easy. But what's hard is going, yesterday, nothing from working as hard as I clean. Nothing happened for me. I'm going to do the same thing again today, but I'm going to try to go harder. That's the hardest thing in the world. To get on every day and give 100% and be in the same position that you were each day, but mentally know that you're trying and trying and trying. That's a real grind. And you knew it was there, but you never wanted to embark on it until something bucking hicks. You get fired or somebody else gets success, remind you what you could have been. And then that plucking spark is born. And no matter what happens, I'm never going to be in this boat again. And you did up and you did just nothing. You keep going, you're a wild man. And life has never been so sweet. That can happen at an early age, it can happen at a later age. It's going to happen to somebody that, no matter what's going to happen to you. And when it does happen to you, look at these stars and finally you're alive. It's time to unwrap to the country you need. Superior man. It's within you. It's within every single one of us. And the people that have risen to that level were no different than any one of us. It's if they believed it and they're willing to work their bucking ass off to get it. Still waiting for a big smile out of you. You're up 2-0. What's the story? Are you not happier? You're only half happier. Still to be happy about. You're up 2-0? Job's out finish. Job finish? I don't think so. Yet, a lot of pain in Troy's life is a result of the pain and the damage from his father that he then visits on his son. We have to, as black men, be mindful of that. Sometimes it's unfair, and sometimes we take it out on those we love. And I'm guilty of that frustration that we all have. But we have a responsibility and a duty to be fathers, not to just make babies, but to be real fathers. And you can't expect any good to come to you if you don't visit any good on your son or your daughter. So, be a man. Congratulations. You achieved well. Failure is the key, thank God. Now, the only place to go from failure is to win. You have to achieve failure. You have to take it that far. Nobody wants to go that far. It's too scary. You know something? I got news for you. That's where winning is. And it always has been. So, what do you tell disagreeable boys? There's nothing that makes you more formidable than verbal competence, than being able to articulate, be able to think, to marshal your arguments, right? Some battlefield metaphor. Get everything in order. Get all your information straight. To marshal your forces. Sun don't stop for nobody now. sun don't fucking stop. The sun gonna be up in the morning regardless. That sun is gonna be up in the morning regardless of how I fucking feel and how depressed I am. The sun is gonna fucking shine in the morning. And at nighttime, the moon won't be here. And you won't look up, these days gonna keep going by. So do you let the days go by and look up and you done wasted a year doing what? What do you just pick it up? All right, I'd figure it out, made some mistakes, and life goes on. You figure out life from this point. I'm a life goes on type of guy. I'm obsessed with finding myself now, after and not having to prove anything to anybody other than myself and my family, you know, really myself, and realizing that that is enough. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like giving your best is enough. And sometimes we lose track of that, you know, and yeah, so for anybody out there, you know, you're nothing. How bad do you want this? If it's as bad as you want to live or breathe or sleep, whatever the hell it may be, I can work with you. But a lot of people, most people don't want it that badly, which is why they always ask the question, man, how did you get to where you are? You know how to do it. You know exactly how to be you or how to be me. You don't want to do it. So I can't make you do it. I'd say one of the strongest mental frames that has gotten me through my hardest times is thinking this will be the story that I will one day tell. And that means the harder it is, the bigger the dragon, the more epic the story, and by consequence, the more epic the hero. Like, I want to see what you do when you're tired. Let me see how you push yourself. Come on, man, get up again tomorrow, get up again tomorrow, get up again tomorrow. The next step, get up, get up, get up, get up, keep going. How long can you maintain a positive attitude? There's no hacks, bro. It's you against you. You against you. And if you misunderstand that, you're a real pro. You wake up, right to work. Immediately your mind is in action. No one wants to do that. No one. And I don't blame them. But don't be mad when you're laying there in your fucking bed, and you're in the front of the hospital, and you're 70, 80, 90 years old, you're thinking, man, I feel like I didn't fucking do something. Because you did. You did do it. You didn't do shit. You may live a great life, man, but you always get four empties. Full empty. The life you want is on the other side of a few hard conversations, and you're living a life you hate because you're too afraid to have them. I think about that a lot. I'm gonna have setbacks, I know. But if I'm feeling bad, that doesn't mean I'm doing bad. That doesn't mean I am bad. That doesn't mean that I can't still take some action. Because yeah, nothing changes if nothing changes, man.